The spacecraft Event Horizon, which vanished 7 years prior on its inaugural journey to Proxima Centauri, sends out a distress transmission in 2047. The rescue ship Lewis and Clark is sent to investigate when the ship unexplainably reappears in Neptune's orbit. Dr. William Weir, the creator of the Event Horizon, joins the crew, which consists of Captain Miller, Lieutenant Stark, Smith, the pilot, medical technician Peters, engineer Ensign Justin, physician DJ, and rescue technician Cooper. Using a straightforward illustration of how the ship's experimental gravity motor folds space-time, he gives them a briefing on it. A series of cries and screams indicate the distress signal, but DJ thinks he hears the Latin word "liberate me," "save me." Evidence of a massacre is discovered by the crew when they board the Event Horizon. The ship's gravity drive ignites while they look for survivors, momentarily drawing Justin into a portal and damaging the Lewis and Clark with a shock wave. Justin emerges in a catatonic state, and the crew is compelled to board the Event Horizon. In order to fix the Lewis and Clark's hull, Smith and Cooper are dispatched on a spacewalk. The crew starts to have hallucinations that represent their regrets and anxieties. Weir sees an eyeless image of his late wife imploring him to join her, Peters sees her son with crimson sores covering his legs, and Miller sees a subordinate he was compelled to abandon to his death. Miller intervenes to prevent Justin's decompression attempt suicide. Justin is placed in stasis by the crew. Soon after turning on the gravity drive for the first time, they come upon a video log showing the crew of the Event Horizon making out and disfiguring one another. The record closes with a view of the captain of the Event Horizon, reciting the Latin phrase from the previous distress call while clutching his own eyeballs gouged out of their sockets. The entire sentence is translated as "Libera te tut met ex infras" by DJ, "Save yourself from hell." Weir reveals that the Event Horizon has developed consciousness and that the ship's propulsion created a portal to a horrific dimension outside the known universe. Miller chooses to demolish it. As Peters is being led to her demise by a delusional image of her son, he issues an order for an evacuation. Weir, who is controlled by the evil force and has gouged out his own eyes, deploys an explosive device to blow up Lewis and Clark, killing Smith and sending Cooper into space. Weir vivisects DJ to death and traps Stark on the bridge. Weir overwhelms Miller when he approaches him, starting a countdown that will take 10 minutes to activate the gravity drive and send Miller back to the other realm. Cooper emerges at the bridge glass after using the oxygen supply in his spacesuit to push himself back to the ship. Weir fires at him, breaking the window, and the decompression sends Weir hurtling into space. Cooper, Miller, and Stark make it out alive and shut off the ship's bridge. Miller intends to use explosives to divide the Event Horizon in two and utilize the forward part as a lifeboat once their own ship is destroyed. He experiences hallucinations in which the increasingly disfigured and revived Weir attacks him. Miller defeats him and sacrifices himself by setting off the bombs. As soon as the gravity drive kicks in, the ship's stern plunges into a black hole. Beside a comatose Justin, Stark and Cooper go into hibernation and wait to be saved. 72 days later, a rescue team finds the survivors in a state of stasis as they board the wreckage of the Event Horizon. Screaming in panic, Stark sees Weir posing as one of the rescuers. However, upon awakening, she discovers that it was all a hallucination. As the doors close, Cooper and the rescue crew work to soothe the horrified Stark.